Let me ask you a question. How far is your Martin Luther King Drive or Avenue?
It's pretty long, about, what, 30 blocks?
When you go there, who's there?
We are.
Why is it? Why the white man gotta place a stamp in the Negroes community? You go anywhere in America and type in Martin Luther King Drive or Avenue, you find the hood.
Yeah. Bring it up. But you're gonna see some white people there.
Why? If you do, it's because they trying to get the blacks out and raise the price of it and gentrify it. Yeah. That's if you do, that's what they're trying to do.
That's it.
Otherwise, they place a stamp. Oh, we know where to go to find the niggas that's selling the drugs.
Right.
Because guess what? The minute they court system is limited in money, the more you blacks go into prison or jail, the more the courthouse collect money. Why you think you got a DOC number?
Yeah. I know about
that. Ain't strange? Oh yes. They 13th Amendment, if you go to prison, they now own you. Yeah. That's in the American 13th Amendment right. Exactly. That's why they got a number that's stamped on you. Negro, you ain't going nowhere. You still a slave. Yeah. You still my nigga. How you doing, my brother?
I'm alright. How you doing?
What's your name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan?
Yep.
All right. My name Daniel. Just give me a pound right quick. All right. Got a question for you. What nation do you come from in the Bible?
What nation do I come from in the Bible?
Yes.
As far as I can remember, it's African American, right?
African American? Show me African American in the Bible. Give me one scripture that says African American.
You said in the Bible, so.
So that's what you subscribe to, right? You subscribe to African American. So you said, well, you don't subscribe to nothing.
Like on TV?
No. I'm talking about your nation, your race.
I'm black. African American.
Okay, you black. You African American, right?
Yeah.
So now, where is that in the Bible as a nation?
I haven't seen it in the Bible. When you come to think about it, because I didn't understand your question at first.
Okay, I got you. Right? I'm gonna tell you, African American is not in the Bible. A race is in the Bible. That's God's chosen people.
That's right.
Do you care to find out who they are?
Where are we in the Bible?
I got you. Deuteronomy. Give me Deuteronomy. I got you. Very good question. Because this is a question that a lot of our people should be asking.
Right.
Who are we in the Bible? Got you. Deuteronomy start at 27:1. Read.
It's not slaves.
We about to find out. You say they ain't slaves enough,
I don't
right?
think it's slaves.
All right, we about to find out. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27 and verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel.
You paying attention, my brother?
Yeah.
What did it just say?
With Moses with the elders of Israel.
All right, I want to make sure you hit. I want to make sure you
because
hit.
I looked away don't mean I wasn't listening.
All right, now I just got to make sure.
He wasn't looking me in my eyes. So.
And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
So Moses with the elders of Israel. So who's Moses speaking to? Who's Moses speaking to?
Say it again.
Read it again for him.
And Moses with the elders of Israel.
Who was Moses speaking to?
The elders of Israel.
Okay, now watch this, my brother.
That's us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to prove it through the Holy Bible.
Okay.
Read, start at verse 28 and start at verse 1. Read that. Now let me ask you this question first. Do you think we supposed to be equal to everybody?
I think I'm better than everybody.
Ooh, I like that. I like your confidence. Let's see what God say about that. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth.
So what did God say the children of Israel would be?
All the nations of the earth.
Exactly. So guess what? We, as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are supposed to be above all the nations of the earth.
That's right.
Now check this out, my brother. Verse 15. Read.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice.
Who was Moses speaking to again?
He's speaking to us.
Which is who? What did he call us?
The elders
Israel. That's who he's speaking to. Let's see what he says about Israel. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So now, from verse 1, he said, if y'all observe and did God's commandments, all of God's commandments, he will set us on high above all the nations.
That's right.
But in verse 15, he said, if we broke all of God's commandments, what will happen?
I don't
Read the last part for him again.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
What will happen?
curses.
Now curses will be upon us if we broke the commandments of God.
Bring it out.
Now watch this.
It's happening to me all the time.
It's happening. Look at your community.
Around me all the time, to me.
It's happening to your people all the time.
Right.
It's happening to us all the time. Watch this. Read the next verse. Read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Says, cursed should you be in the city. Here in Little Rock, Arkansas, right? Is black people cursed?
Yeah, right now.
Let me ask you a question. How far is your Martin Luther King Drive or Avenue?
It's pretty long. About, what, 30 blocks?
When you go there, who's there?
We are.
Why is it? Why the white man gotta place a stamp in the Negroes community? You go anywhere in America and type in Martin Luther King Drive or Avenue, you find the hood.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
But you're going to see some white people there.
Why? If you do, it's because they trying to get the blacks out and raise the price of it
I can't
and gentrify it.
Yeah.
That's if you do, that's what they're trying to do.
That's it.
Otherwise, they place a stamp. Oh, we know where to go to find the niggas that's selling the drugs.
Right.
Because guess what? The minute their court system is limited in money, the more you blacks go into prison or jail, the more the courthouse collect money.
Bring it out.
Why you think you got a DOC number?
Yeah. I know about
That ain't strange?
I know
Oh
about
yes. Day 13 admittment, if you go to prison, they now own you.
Yeah.
That's in the American 13th Amendment right.
Right.
Exactly. That's why they got a number that's stamped on you. Negro, you ain't going nowhere. You still a slave.
Yep.
You still my nigga. That's how they look at us. But watch this. Read the next verse.
Cursed shall thou be in thy basket and in thy store.
Read verse 16 again.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Says, now cursed should you be in the city and cursed should you be in the field. In the field, my brother. Let's think of historical events, right? Was black people ever in the field? And what fields? I want you to name them. The cotton field, that's the most common one, right? Amongst us. The cotton field, what else?
every other one.
The sugar cane, like different parts of Louisiana, certain parishes, guess what? It grew a lot of sugar cane. That's why there's a lot of different plantations on those cotton fields or on those sugar cane fields. Because why? They had us serving that. They had us going out working from sun up to sundown to pick for them.
Right.
It's no different to your 9 to 5 today.
That's right.
Why the hell you gotta wake up at 5:30 in the morning just to punch a clock?
I don't got no 9 to 5. I'm my boss.
I respect that. But guess what? Even if you your own boss, right? Where you gotta get all of your materials from? What sources you gotta use? Who do you gotta go to for that? Exactly.
Bring it up.
Because guess what? In order, because I'm gonna tell you right now, what Trump doing? Oh, Trump about to make it very hard. Or he already making it hard for a lot of businesses.
That's right.
Pulling them tariffs, guess what? Businesses, especially black businesses, it's gonna suffer.
Bring it out.
That's why we gotta change that. We gotta change the way we think. Because the minute you wake up, the minute the next brother wake up and we start to keep God's commandments, the closer we get to Christ coming back.
All of we enemy them a go be a pray one day. Oh, what time for rise up, rise up. This are your kingdom a fall right now. Your time up, time up. This is the work of God. This are your kingdom reach to the stage of decadence. The water rise up and it's very evident. We come to claim our roots and take back our heritage. We were never savages, taken from the decayed state. No my kindred wake, meditating scriptures and increase with faith. While leading reach destruction await. Bind them kings with chain. Oh, what time to rise up, rise up. This are your kingdom of fall right now. Your time.
Hey, Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. This is Captain Immanuel. Subscribe to IUIC Arkansas on YouTube. First and foremost, scan that QR code. Follow us on all platforms to help us push this truth. Facebook, Instagram, X.com, TikTok. Need I say more? Everything. Just type in IUIC Arkansas and hit the follow or subscribe button, alright? Most High in Christ bless.
Let me get Matthew chapter 17 and verse 25 real quick. Watch this. I want to show you something. Because it's time for us to break the shackles off our minds. Because a lot of us think because we on our own business, we straight, we good, right? Watch this.
No.
But I'm saying a lot of us. I ain't say you specifically, but a lot of us, right? Watch this, read.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 17 and verse 25. He said, yes. And when he was to come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute?
So who do people pay taxes to, right? Who do people pay taxes to? Read.
Of their own children or of strangers?
Of their own children or of strangers? Let's see what Christ said. Read.
Peter said unto him, of strangers. Jesus said unto him.
Peter said, oh, well, the strangers pay taxes to the king, right? The strangers pay taxes to the king. Who is the strangers here in America? It's us.
That's right.
It's especially the poor. We are the poor here in America. We the ones that's paying majority of the taxes. Right. Even our black millionaires and billionaires. Because they got to pay millions of dollars in taxes. But meanwhile, the white folks, they know their own system. That's like Donald Trump. He don't pay no taxes. And a lot of other rich white elites don't pay no taxes. Right. But watch this. Read on.
And Jesus said unto him, then are the children free.
My brother, you paid attention to that? What Christ just said? Read it again for him.
Jesus said unto him, then are the children free.
That's when we going to be free. When we no longer have to pay taxes. That's when we going to be in our rulership, our kingdom of heaven. That ain't what?
You don't think that's going to happen?
I don't think what's going to happen.
It's going to be a time where we don't have to pay no taxes.
What? Watch this. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 21, the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, of course. You know what the kingdom of heaven is? Because Christ just told you. We going to be free of taxes. That's right. When we get our kingdom, that's when there's going to be no more of that. Okay. That's when there's going to be no more of that.
I see what you're saying now.
Not here in America. America going to be destroyed.
You got me again.
All right, gotcha. Watch this. Read. 11:21. Watch this. Watch what the Bible say, my brother. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11 and verse 21. That your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children in the land, which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven upon the earth.
So the days of heaven upon the earth. What land did God swear to our forefathers? My question to you. Do you know anything about that?
You're talking about the 40 and the Muse?
No. What land did God?
Land?
Yes, the promised land. Which land is that? Huh?
What is it?
It's Israel, the land of Jerusalem. That's our promised land. Guess what? That's the land where we're going to be ruling. We're going to be ruling the earth.
Right.
That's right. People going to be paying taxes to us. You familiar with King Solomon?
No.
Like King Solomon, he had his own kingdom.
That's right.
Taxes was being paid to King Solomon.
Right.
Bring it out.
That's the rulership we talking about. And yes, we're going to see that again.
Right.
That's a fact.
That's right.
That ain't no myth.
I got it.
That ain't no mythology. No,
out.
that's facts. That's what God says.
That's right.
Back to Deuteronomy 28. Watch this. Now, the flip side, like we going over, right? The curses.
Yeah.
Right? We are in this situation of paying taxes. We are in this situation of picking cotton, picking sugar cane. We are in this situation because why? I got you. Start at verse 15 again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
What will happen? You listening?
I'm trying to.
I got you. That's why I'm keep checking back with you.
You catching me off guard.
Watch this. I know, because I can see your attention span moving. That's why I got you. Watch this. Read.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Slow it down for him.
Yes, sir. To observe to do all of his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall overcome thee, shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
What would happen if we did what? If we broke the commandments, curses would be upon us. We are in this situation because what? We did what?
Because we didn't follow the commandments.
Exactly, because we didn't follow God's commandments.
That's right.
All of the commandments. That's why we are in this predicament today.
Bring it out.
Follow all of them.
What you mean it's hard to follow all of them? Now we getting somewhere. What you mean it's hard to follow all of
It's
them?
like you ain't gonna make 100 on every text.
Okay. It's a constant fight, right? Does that mean that you no longer have to keep it?
You try. I try.
Okay, because guess what? You're right to a certain extent, right? We all gonna battle with something, right? But that doesn't mean that you should just, okay, I'm in the midst of sin, continue fornicating. Oh well, I did it again. Or don't even have, because a lot of times our people, sin doesn't, we don't even bother to think of God's commandments. We commit sin willingly and freely.
Bring it out.
That's what we do as a people. That's why God says he's going to put curses upon us. You understand? Because we did what? We broke the commandments of God. Now let's get very distinctive curses.
Just breaking commandments,
Exactly. Forever. If we're going to continue breaking God's commandments, our people are going to forever be at the bottom. That's why we come out to the ghettos to change that.
That's right.
All right.
It ain't hard. It's hard if you make it hard.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.